What was your points per game? We ain't gonna speak on it though. We ain't gonna speak on it. Averaged a whopping. Excuse me. I averaged a whopping. Okay, this is some lore. I'm never gonna speak on this again. So if you hear this now, this is the only time it's ever gonna be heard. Cause I will never talk about this ever again. But here's some lore for y'all. So check me out. I can actually hoop, but a lot of people didn't know that, right? I somehow made the basketball team because I was a transfer. I transferred from another high school, and I didn't plan on trying out that year. But I was getting a tour. I was getting a tour of the school, and there was like, here's the gymnasium. Like the person who was giving me like this gymnasium. Oh, there's the basketball players. They're doing practice right now, but etc. Right? I'm thinking, okay, that's cool. I'm finna go ahead, show me the rest of the school. Coach said, hey, hold on. He walks up to me like, you play basketball? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you play at your other school? I say, yeah, cap. I played, but I ain't play. Like, I was like, so I tried out at my other school was like a dang near D1. Like, you know how there's like ball is life basketball, and then there's like, oh, this person lives wherever and he plays high school basketball. Hold on, let me get the story real quick. But so the last high school I'm coming from was like dang near high level. Like they played some hoopers. I'm talking Sharif Cooper, all of them. Like we played some hoopers. So I'm like, all right, it is what it is, right? So I'm going to a high school that's not as good. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Then this is the varsity coach I'm talking to, by the way. So he was like, yeah, man, we have practice after school. Come by if you want to get a tryout or whatever. I'm like, I bet. But keep in mind, I never intended to try out. I never intended to hoop today. So I'm wearing Jordan Retro 4s with styrofoam. I mean, what's with cardboard in the toe cut because I don't want to crease my shoes. I'm dressed up I have jeans. I was not coming to hoop. I mean, I always wear shorts on my jeans. I've always been that kind of person. I've always wore shorts on my jeans. So technically, I could hoop. I could just take my jeans off and hoop in my Jordans, but you know what I'm saying? So that's what I did. And I was hooping, boy. What? Practice came, I was literally just messing around. Like I wasn't even trying to make the team. I was just having fun. And I was hooping. I'm talking the first play of practice, we're doing like a drill where it's like one person on defense. You come up with the ball and try to score. I came up, I did tween cross. Bro, he was like this. Like his whole body started moving. I'm like, what? I lost the ball. But after I did that, everyone was like, oh, hold on a minute. Then we did a couple drills where you come off a pick, whatever, boom, come off the pick, come here, shot that joint, straight cash money. We ran the drill again, came off of it, up and under lay on a 6'6" guy, hooping. So the coach like, yeah, man, I'm pretty good, whatever, boom. Got me on the team. I couldn't play in the actual game until I had 10 practices. But here's where it gets dark. I could hoop, but they didn't know I could hoop, so obviously when I was cooking in tryouts, coach was low-key meat riding me a little bit. Like he was getting me into practices and stuff, letting see what I could do. But here's the key factor in this story. As I mentioned before, I wasn't nervous because I was having fun. I wasn't even in basketball attire, so I wasn't trying. And that's why I say the art of like psychology and trying all that is real. Like when you care too much, you're gonna be trash. What's good, Cole? I was trying my hardest to hoop now because I'm on the team now. I'm on varsity. I'm playing. I'm practicing. I just can't. You know what I mean? And I'm trash. He checks me in for the practice. I start being nervous and shaking and everything. I'm like, bro, what's happening? I don't know what I'm doing out there. I'm getting the ball stolen. I'm not making no passes. Like I just look butt. And he. I ain't gonna lie. I'll give him benefit of the doubt. He did hang on to me for a minute. Like he kept letting me mess up and just get practice and reps. Like I had flashes of greatness. Like there were some tryouts and practices where I would do like fake passes behind the back and lay it and everyone would go crazy. I had like glimpses of greatness, but overall I was pretty bad. I hit the top of the backboard on a shot once and it was just like, bro, like why is he why is he here? Like we had a drill and I never did a drill in my life ever. And I messed the drill up and I was jumping on top of the dude. I was not like it was like a 2-on-2 drill, but I went with the other team on accident. Just little stuff like that. After like a month of that, he was like, "All right, bro," and he just dropped me to JV. He said, "You know what? You can just go practice with the JV people." Since that day he dropped me, I never touched the court, bro. Never touched the court. Since he dropped me to JV, I never touched the court, bro. Like, it was over with. That was pretty much them kicking me off the team. That was pretty much them kicking me off the team, honestly. Because the same thing happened with JV. Like, in practice. But the only difference about JV, here's the thing that got me tight in JV. Here's the thing that got me tight in JV. No, hear me out. Yeah, it sucks. But here's what got me tight about JV. JV was different. It's JV. I'm not saying I was LeBron James. But you could see that I have way better skill talent than everybody. Like, varsity's different, right? There's people who can actually hoop in varsity. So it's like, it makes sense. I'm acting trash. Okay, that's cool, whatever. But I'm on JV now. I'm talking, we're doing handle drills, and some dude was trying to check me. Bro, come here. I literally had to slow down for him. If I'm lying, I'm flying. We're doing dribbling drills. Bro, I went by him so quick that I literally had to, it's a drill where we're in a straight line. And you gotta dribble down the court. Bro, I beat him in 2 moves, and I had to stop and wait for him to catch up to me. He caught up, and I did it again. I'm just messing with him. That next day in weight training, someone was like, "Yo, bro, Nolly, you can't even hoop for it." Dude, I was frying him, but he's like, "Hey, bro, he'll cook you, though." Like, Loki started glazing me a little bit. Shout out to bro, because that's my man's low-key. But, there was people who knew I was good, even on varsity. There's people who played me outside or, like, at like, the Y or anywhere, and people knew I could hoop. But they tried to act like I couldn't. It's like the minute we got to school, everyone starts switching up. It's so weird, bro. It's always been like that, too. It's always been like that. It's like they knew I could hoop, but the minute I get to school, everyone wants to act weird. Like, yo, bro, he can't hoop for real. Like, start talking crazy. Like, it was this one dude on the team. Exactly. It was this one dude on the team. He was like he was like the starter. He was like the star player or whatever, right? And I caught him at the Y. And we was hooping. I keep in mind, I have practice with him dang near this is when I'm on varsity. I had practice with him almost every day for like a month up to that point. So he's like, "Bro, he can't hoop, whatever," right? He's thinking that. It's like, we're playing King of the Court. It's me, him, and some other people. I know psychology, bro. So here's my theory. I'm going to tell you what happened, but I'm going to go back after and tell you what my theory is. So we're hooping, we're playing King of the Court. He checks up. He lets me shoot. Smack it. Wide open. Check up, boom, boom, boom. Some other dude guards me. Cross him up. Score it. He comes back on. He lets me shoot. That keeps happening. I'm scoring. I went on like an 8 scoring streak. Like, I scored like 8 times in a row. But it was because of this too. Like, he let me shoot every single time, and I made it every single time. But I know psychology, so let me cook for a little second. Here's my theory. Wait, what? Okay, but my phone tripping. It says someone sent a universe on like TikTok, but why is it telling me that it sent a galaxy to somebody else? That's got nothing to do with me. But regardless, so here's my theory on what happened. I think he knows he couldn't guard me, so he acted like I couldn't shoot. Because, people don't want to get embarrassed. Like, we're playing, it's people in the gym. And he's the starter, and I'm the dude who got dropped to JV. So it's like, you don't want to get fried by the dude. You know what I'm trying to say? So let me let him shoot just to be safe. But I'm making it every time. But you can act like you don't care. Like, you can check it up. I make it, walk off the court like you don't care. You can do that because it's King of the Court. But that's my theory. My theory is that he didn't want to get fried. Now here's another take too. I ended up linking up with one of the people on the team, like years later. I'm talking years later, like years later. I since graduated, and I had an open run. Keep in mind, I've gotten a lot better since then, confidence wise, as well as skill wise. I've gotten better. And he's like, I'm hooping, I'm crossing people up, bro. I did like a whole. You all seen that clip of Kyrie on Houston when he's like double behind the back, crossover, come here, step through, Euro step, late. Like, I was doing that to the team. I crossed the whole team up. I missed the layup though. And after the game was over, whatever, he's like, "Yo, bro, why didn't you hoop like this in school? And I told him, I was like, he was like, here's what he said. He said this exactly. This is exactly what he said. He was like, yo, bro, I know you can hoop for real. Like, why don't you hoop like this in school? Translation. I thought you were trash in school. I didn't know you could actually play basketball. Meaning, every time I was on the court, I was at a disadvantage. No one knew what I could do. And that really opened my eyes. Like, that's why I didn't get no PT for. To answer your question, points per game, this is a super long rant, by the way. Bro, I only got checked in. I played half of the season. I got checked in like twice. No, I got checked in 3 times the whole season, bro. I got checked in 3 times the whole season. The whole season, I got checked in 3 times. Now, keep in mind, that's only a few games, though, because I had to wait 10 practices, and then I already got there half the season because I was a transfer. But still, 3 games. I was probably at, like, maybe 10 games. Maybe. Not even 10. Probably, like, 8. I don't know. Let's just say I went to 10 games. I got checked in 3 of them. So for like 70% of the season, I was just on the bench the whole game, literally. But it is what it is. I was never really tight or nothing. Like there was a lot of people who wasn't on the team purely because of that reason. Like they played the starters like OD. Like it's like 2K. You take all the stamina, you take off stamina, and just play the starters. That's exactly how they played. Like they did not do subs at all. They did not do subs. So I was never tripping over it, but it is what it was. But, bro, high school basketball, it was a great experience, though. I had fun with it. It's just funny when I think about it, because I know no one on that court could guard me. But organized basketball is not outside, let me hoop and get dropped 30. Like, that's what I had to learn. I had to learn that. Like, I'm good outside, because that's what I practice. I practice ISO, come here, let me get a hezzy pull, like. But you can't do that in the game. You got to move the ball. You got to rebound. You got to know how to cut. You got to know how to pick and roll. You got to know how to come through swings. You got to know how to flare out. You got to know how to do all this other stuff that I wasn't taught. So I kind of am a little hard on myself. Like, realistically, if going off of what I knew, I was 10 times better than I should have been. But I was nervous. I was getting nervous a lot of the time, too, though. So that's also my fault. But, you know. Overall, it was pretty decent, though. But, yeah, I ain't averaged a lot of points at all. I ain't gonna cap, bro. Not gonna lie. Off topic, but I'm running track and field outdoor this school year. I'm trying to improve my time. For real, track and field's where it's at, because no one can take that away from you. Like, if you're fast, you're fast. No one can take that away from you. Like, basketball, football, people can start meat riding, coach favorite. All that glazing that going in there, bro, is sickening. But you gonna clearly see me beat this dude in a race and say, oh, yeah, you're still the first legger. How? Bro, I like meat riding. That's why I say, bro, basketball and sports is more politics than people realize. Like, it's really politics. It's politics. It is. People don't want to admit it is. But I don't know why. Like, we're not oblivious. We know it's politics. It's okay to admit that, though. 54. Let me type this in my notes real quick. Yeah, we all know it's politics, but they try to act like it's not. Like, me even being on the team was politics. Like, think about it. There's probably people who tried out who didn't make it, right? Think about it. I was a transfer. I already got special treatment.